What happened? What happened, man?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 100 of Read This Way. We are having technical difficulties.
You sound fucking horrible.
Fuck yeah, I do. It's fine. It'll only be for a moment. I'm back online. I've just got to get everything working.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, well, it had to happen, right? At some point.
Yeah.
Computers.
I mean,
computers.
We only 3 minutes late for our 100th episode.
It's okay.
Actually, can I even? Look at me doing things.
Oh,
That's right. It is exciting. What's the other one?
100th.
Listen here, Nerdburger. I'm aware.
Come on, man. Come on.
Can I do the other things? I'm gonna buy some time.
Do it. Sing something.
Is it? Wait. I think StreamYard's paywalled shit again.
What?
Yeah, I don't think we can play our intro anymore.
What, are you kidding me?
Well, I guess this is the kick up the ass that I needed.
What, we should actually pay for something? Nah.
No. Use the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
That you looked into.
The other thing. We should do the other thing and make that happen. But, until that happens, we still got to deal with this.
Yeah. I'm really miffed. What do you mean you have to sing it? There's no words.
Just do the.
Oh wait, I have an idea.
You can play it through your speakers.
Well, I can just screen share.
Or you could do that. We just have it off to the side there. That'd be good. This is like the best. This is the best start.
I know
that we've ever had.
And now you're gonna have. Oh no! That was a mistake.
Oh, freaking, like, that was like having 1,000 of you in my head. One's fucking bad enough, and then you just do that.
Oh. I forgot.
The reverb, man, reverb.
Oh, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed sometimes.
Well, at least you're a tool in the shed.
Oh, shit.
Hey, man, how you doing? Everything is under control. Under control. As per always.
Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 100 of Read This Way. For all your anime and manga news, you've joined us for 100 episodes.
Let me just shake this headache off.
Oh
man, that was great. That was fun. I'm doing just fine. I tell you what, I'm actually a little bit worn out trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah, look, that's fair. There's a lot of good shit this season.
There is a surprising amount of quality, even like scraping the bottom of the barrel and trying to find the shit amongst all the goodness. I'm struggling. Like normally I can find at least one show. There's one show there that
Yeah,
really
Rent a Girlfriend.
shines in the dull sense. But this season, I'm struggling. Like it's all really, actually, really quite high quality, which is great. I mean, it's fantastic.
Unless you
Even
want
the
to
stuff that
crash.
starts off, like even the stuff that starts off generic, like sits into its own by the end of the episode. So we can talk about that a bit later. Because no doubt you got some news for us.
Yeah, but my computer crashed, so I'm having to
You're still
bring it all back.
getting in line.
Give me a sec.
I did.
I actually had it organized,
like
but
20 minutes before we started this, I heard the very sad news that we have lost an Australian icon, Mr. Peter Russell Clark, whom you might not know because he was like a little bit before your time. But he was Australia's first celebrity chef. He used to have a show on ABC. No. You, like I said, you wouldn't remember him. He was like big when I was a kid, so there's no way you would know. But the man did a lot of. He ran a really good, clean show. It was great. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved him. After the show, he did some really punk stuff. He did some really, really wild things, and kept it real, which is great. He actually lived in our area. I'd met him a couple of times, coming through the location in which I work, and nice guy, really good. So it's sad. I mean, the dude was 89. He had a good innings. He had a good run. So he done really well. But completely unrelated to anime and manga. But respect to a man who did a lot of good things when he was high.
Well, I also have some unrelated news about an Australian who died. Julian McMahon.
Yeah, we've had a really sad week this week.
Fantastic Four, Charmed, Nip Tuck.
Yeah,
other things, I'm sure.
He was one of our biggest exports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, for the longest time, didn't realize he was Australian.
Yeah. It's so easy to do because he had been off our shores for so long. And he was struggling with cancer for quite some time. Before he passed away.
Do we know what kind of cancer?
No, I think they've kept that, a lot of it, under wraps, and he's kept it to himself. A lot as well. But his last film that he did, which is The Surfer, currently streaming on Stan.
Oh wait, he's in that.
Yeah, with Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So he acts
the trailer for that recently. It looks good.
With Nick Cage in that. It looks fantastic. So it's really sad to see him go, especially because he wasn't that old.
No, honestly, he was like 56.
He was 50, in his 50s. So he still had plenty ahead of him, and it is very sad that that we lost him at such a young age. So I reckon he had a bit more in him, but you can see it, like as the years progressed, and the more recent stuff, he was like gaunt. He was really, really thin. And not looking so good, unfortunately.
Which is the second cast member from Charmed to go to cancer as well, with Shannon Doherty going a couple of years back, or last year. I can't remember.
I can't remember that.
She was battling with breast cancer for years. And it eventually came back and spread fucking everywhere.
So it's Charmed. That's the problem here. We're just waiting for the others to fall over. God, sorry, that got real dark. Sorry. Well, we were just saying how terrible it was that we lost him.
Typical Australian dealing with tragedy with comedy. Oh yeah, that was
Yes.
last year.
Yeah, we
And
do.
she was only 53.
We do deal with every possible tragedy in this country with some sort of satire or dark humor. It's just the way we are. The way
If
we've
we
been
don't
brought
laugh, we cry.
Yes. Crying's not manly. You know what? The spiders won't fucking respect us if we start crying now.
Yep. Wait, your spiders
man.
respect you?
Yeah, we hang.
Ah.
Oh man. Okay, let's get into some manga and anime, man. You done? You
Alright,
ready?
No, not at all. We got distracted, and then I got distracted.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I'll just talk about random stuff while you're doing that.
Don't.
Come on, man.
Apparently, there's new Prince of Tennis coming.
Ew, yuck.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna start off talking about the new Ping Pong Peril.
Oh yeah. Let's
Because I can multitask doing that.
Cool.
Tell us all about
it. Tell us all about it. Right. So new series just dropped. I can't remember who the mangaka was for it. Were they? Oh, they weren't brand new. They'd done a series beforehand. I'm pretty sure. I'll get you to check that up while we're going. So Ping Pong Peril. As soon as I saw the screen, the shots, the advertisements they released for this first up, I was like, I don't need another sports series. I really don't. I've seen enough of it. But of course, as per usual, I have to read the first chapter. You always got to read the first chapter. And man, did it grab me. Like,
it's pretty edgy, and I love it.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of got that Yu-Gi-Oh edge to it.
Yeah. Like Yu-Gi-Oh!
You know what
Zero
I mean?
Specifically. Yeah. Like
it's
Yu-Gi-Oh! Before the card games became a thing, which is weird because it's like 3 or 4 volumes of the manga that is just no card games whatsoever.
Yeah.
Have I ranted about Yu-Gi-Oh! On the show before?
Not yet, but we'll do that in a minute. So ping pong. Ping pong. Yeah. So basically you're first introduced to a scenario. So you don't even get like coverage of character. Like you're thrown straight into a scenario where a boy is watching his sister being dragged away by a debt collector in his house, and he's like playing it through his head what he can do and how he could stop this from happening. Like his parents have left him with all this debt, and
mom's dead, dad's a deadbeat.
Okay.
Dad did the I've racked up a shitload of debt and poof, gone out.
Yeah, and then took off and left the kids with the debt, which I don't understand. Like, whether this is actually a thing in Japan or not? I doubt it.
It could be.
But with debt collectors, because it's an illegal thing, it's not exactly 100% legal thing.
I feel like it's like Yakuza related.
Yeah, it did seem pretty dodgy. And the guy who was doing the debt collection was pretty dodgy. Anyway, he's trying to drag his sister out by the hair. And so the brother decides to like grab a knife and go, "That's it. I'm not letting you take my sister. I'm not letting this happen. You know, I'm drawing the line." And then the Yakuza guy pulls out a gun and he's like, "Yeah, whatever."
So I put out my gun.
And so the guy comes at him with the knife anyway, despite the gun. And so he like pops him. He lets one rip. But dude has his super awesome fucking ping pong reflexes. This guy is peak ping pong and dodges the bullet. Like,
I didn't realize that being a third a 3-time champion ping pong player gave you reflexes to dodge and
It
look
does.
at bullets.
Yeah. He watched that damn thing go by. That guy's living in like 3,000 frames per second. Meanwhile, we're sitting back here in 24. So it's real edgy and fun. So the art's simple, but direct. Like it shows you exactly what you need to see. The composition's comfortable and perfectly fine. The characters have a lot of emotion on their face. There's not a lot of detail in the other areas. So it seems to be concentrating very much on the facial expressions and the way they emote.
So I'm just gonna push up my pretend glasses and do an actually. Bullets travel at 1,500 frames per second. That's how fast this dude must see. And yeah,
travel at 1,500 frames per second.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was just
I
was calculating in that hand. Like, allow me to push my glasses up and actually like acknowledge what that information meant.
It doesn't really actually. Hang on, do you want me to
like that term isn't really a measurement, is it? It's not a
frames per second.
It's 1 second. It's 1 second divided by
a single frame.
No, 15,000. 1,500 or 15,000?
1,500.
Yeah, so 1,500. Okay. So anyway, we've established that the bullet moves real quick, and he sees it, and he dodges it because he's awesome ping pong man. And then he goes to go and stab Mr. Shooty Gun Man, but gets stopped by some rando young lady who just walks into his freaking apartment. Is like, stop that.
She gives me Call of the Night Vampire / Miraniki Yandere vibes.
Is that real?
No reason for the Yandere vibes, but
well, I didn't catch the Yandere. She just
no, not at all. It's just the vibe that I'm getting.
Yeah. Okay, I know what you mean there. But anyway, she comes in, kicks the knife out of his hand, and then tells the debt collector to piss off, because he's interrupting her scouting.
He has another appointment somewhere else.
That's right, and we know what that appointment is later.
It's ping pong.
Shh! You give it away.
Also, turns out the mangaka has only done 3 published one-shots over.
Oh, okay. Sorry, complete newbie.
Yeah.
Well, not complete newbie, but
first serialized work. So yeah.
Yeah. But it's easy to read. It's fun to read, and the characters are way over the top.
I have.
Sorry?
The only negative I have is that his hair bothers me. It changes every panel. It's like this, and then it's like this, and it's like this.
It's all about the angle, man, where the camera is. Like, if the camera's at a different angle, you get different hair angles. And his hair is a little bit irritating. Why they opted for the long hair, I don't know.
He has plank hair. It's like PS2 graphics. It all moves at once. Actually, maybe more like PS1.
Yeah, so when he moves his head, it just goes with him. Yeah. But they're all like that. Like, all their hair looks like a wig. And I think that's sort of a part of the style of... Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was kind of the same. They all had that hair looked like it was a separate entity to their head sort of style.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this, man.
It was goofy. I really enjoyed it. It was goofy as heck.
it was trying to be edgy, but it knew it was trying to be edgy, so it lent into the over edgy, goofy side of things. Like all the characters are over the top, completely over the top.
I've been commenting on every manga that I've been reading on Manga Plus, so go over there and try and find us in the comments under Read This Way podcast. I've got a little Shibitarian display picture. What I said there was this feels like Kaiji meets shit. What
did you write?
Something else. Kaiji with like the really edgy gambling shit, which is very similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, but I think it came out first, maybe? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, I enjoyed the edgy nature of it. Actually, that's what it was. There was the cool body horror that we got.
The brief moment at the end, which had me a little bit worried when they did that, because this is the standard for sports manga at the moment.
Yeah,
is the aura presence.
You can really blame Blue Lock for that, and immediately people are already kind of pigeonholing this into the new Embers, which is not a good thing.
No, it's not. Because it's different. It is different, and I hope it just sort of leans away from it.
What I mean by that as well is that it's going to be cancelled in like
how many chapters did
Embers get? 20?
Like it was about that, which is pretty normal. Like three chunks, which is what 18, 19 chapters.
Yeah.
Which would be a little bit of disappointment. I mean, look, the first chapter.
Yeah.
Like if they ease off that visual, look, it looks unreal. It looks freaking fantastic, but it was completely unnecessary because it doesn't fit in with the rest of the style of the series. Like the rest of the style, they would have been better off just having a shadow with the 2 dots for eyes as like this ominous figure that's sort of in the background, even throw some horns up the top. But I felt like it was completely unnecessary to do this monster. Or maybe they just wanted to flex a little. You know, the artist just wanted to do a little bit of flexy flex, which is fine.
I hope it was their choice and not a editor being like, well, you have to do this.
Yeah, this is the cool thing. You got to do the cool thing. It's super popular.
I saw there was actually a another Australian anime YouTuber goes by Sufferance, talking about this trend in sport manga, and like the reason why it kind of worked in Blue Lock is because Blue Lock is kind of a deconstruction of a lot of the sports manga, and
it's a little bit tongue in cheek.
Yeah, so it worked quite well there, and it feels like a lot of editors are just seeing it as a surface level, seeing that it's popular and going, you need to do this, and not really understanding why it worked in Blue Lock. They just seem to be seeing sport thing, do the thing.
Yeah. Make it happen. Make this stuff which they think is cool happen. I hope that's not the case. I hope we see lots more of this, and I hope that the stakes of these ping pong. By the way, sorry, we kind of got a little bit distracted here. So when he gets like,
oh yeah, sorry,
yeah. So at the start, like the girl that interrupts him mid sort of stabbing, she's like, "Hey, you want to make some money? I got an idea for you." And she's like, "Do you like ping pong?"
Do you like that?
And she explains to him that there's an underground ping pong tournament set up for the insanely rich. It's not a tournament; it's just a match. I imagine
really
it'll be a
explain
tournament.
much.
No, I imagine it'll be a tournament further down the track. It'll become a more structured thing. But at the moment, it's just like more of an underground fight scene, in a sense. So she takes him up to this freaking penthouse at the top of a high rise, where there's gold plated ping pong table.
The gold table. There's like full chandeliers.
Yep. Gone the real fancy
It's
pants
gaudy
business.
AF.
Yeah. And she's just like, this is how rich people are, which I don't think this is not her room. Like, this is not her level of where she's at. This is a rando place. She just wanted to test him and see if he was capable of doing the job. And anyway, we get introduced to Ping Pong Peril, which is the game that is played to entertain the rich folk. Now, this is a game in which they have high stakes wins. So there's 2 million yen, which is
What, $200,000?
I don't know what that is in dollars. For us, that's like
100K roughly, maybe.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to play ping pong. Now this is a match of complete, like, no rules. The only rules are your base ping pong rules. You got to hit the ball across the other side. It can only bounce once, all that sort of stuff. But everything else is like a sure, why not?
It's like Kakagurui almost, like
anything goes.
Except only ping pong.
Yeah, as long as it's within the rules of ping pong. So I loved that he sort of like picks up the ball and goes, this doesn't feel right, and it sort of explains the texture of the ball. And I was like, oh, he's nerding out on the ball. That's kind of gross. But it turns out that the ball's made out of a material which you see, like, right there. It sparks. It sparks as soon as it hits the table because it's made out of a special material, a flint material.
Yeah, it's like the flint
sticks,
like the metal matches.
Yeah. And they play with essentially a metal match ball on a gold table, which of course reacts to each other and creates sparks, which is one of the elements. So this is sort of giving us an idea of the most basic possible scenario that could happen here. Like the danger element is really low. And that danger element is the sparks themselves, which can, of course, burn
which are
you.
Apparently incredibly hot.
Well, they can be. Like if you're, yeah. So in this scenario, the opponent is spinning the ball. So when the ball's hitting the table, it's flicking up like a massive amount of friction and sparks on the other player. And when stuff's hot, it's hot. It burns regardless of the surface. So it's burning his arm. It's making it difficult for him to see. He's in a bad situation.
I think the entire room was also meant to be gilded as gold as well. So everything's super reflective. So he can't see shit.
Yeah, it's like, whereas the other guy's wearing sunglasses as well. He's just walked into his room completely prepared. And I love the fact that they had, like, the room sets on fire. And this is the most edgy stuff on the planet. He starts playing with his eyes closed because he can't see the ball. He has to just judge where the ball will be based on the sound of the friction of the ball hitting the table. It's so it's so fantastically fun.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It is not to be taken seriously. It is not to be, analyzed. This is pure 100% fun, and should be viewed as so. Don't go in expecting something deep. Just kick back, enjoy this one, because I feel like it's possibly going to be short-lived, but I hope it's not too short-lived. I hope we get a decent arc out of it. Yeah,
I like the twisting of his cheek. It was fun.
it's good. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. What did you think? You enjoy it?
Yeah. A solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
10 out of
that's
10
about
for
where it sets.
edgy.
It's got a good balance. And I think 7 is a perfect fit for it. Because it's not, yeah. And it didn't blow me away, but it kept me entertained.
Yeah.
Which is what comics are all about. Being entertained. Are you not entertained? As Kurt Russell would say. Not Kurt Russell. Russell guy. Russell guy. Oh my god.
Oh, the Birdman?
No. What?
Mr. Crow?
No, sorry. Telephone guy. When he threw the telephone at the guy in the hotel. Dude, you were probably like 10 when that happened. Sorry. At a hotel.
Fighting around the world.
Yeah, pretty much. At a hotel, he
Or
threw
like
a dialed telephone at someone.
Phone?
Yeah.
What a dick.
Well,
He's
someone
not
must have
ours,
pissed
though,
him
right?
off. He doesn't go around just randomly throwing stuff at people.
You don't know that. He might.
Maybe. This is true. Who knows?
Do you know him personally?
No.
Yeah.
I probably could. I could reach out. He'd probably get back to me. What do you got?
I think I showed this off last week. D. Greyman has sold 27 million copies with 29 volumes in circulation.
It's done pretty well, and it's one of those series that's just held up over time.
Oh yeah.
It's like an entry level for a lot of people. I should actually give it a whirl.
It's really fun.
Yeah, I watched a bit of the anime early on.
When I did Bleach, like what 3-4 years ago now. I also had to reread all of D. Greyman because there was a bunch of chapters that dropped, and I'm like,
sorry.
It's been so long that I don't remember anything. So yeah, I reread it. I think there's now another couple of volumes out. It's relatively
There's only 29
fresh.
volumes.
Yeah.
I say only 29. Like that's a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it's been running for a really long time.
It has.
But the mangaka is unwell. Like so many other mangakas have been over the years.
You'd think they would learn. Not the mangaka, the companies behind it.
Like, yeah, I know. But weekly, this is the schedule. Like if you're gonna release a weekly magazine, that's just the pressure. Everyone's feeling the pressure all the time. It's not just the mangaka. I'm sure they go through editors like crazy, and I'm sure they go through publishers like crazy. It's just a high pressure environment.
CEOs.
No, because they don't do shit.
Exactly. You want to trim the fat? Get rid of the CEOs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
why trim it when you can eat it? Eat the rich. Eat the rich.
So it is a monthly. It was a monthly. Release. Launched 2004. Oh no, it was a weekly. It begun as a weekly title. back in May of 2004, and then it shifted. It shifted a few times between Shueisha's magazines,
Yeah.
going to monthly, then quarterly, and then to whenever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, it still makes them money.
in the saddest possible way, though.
Mm.
Um,
The fact that they sort of ended up the way they did. And look, we do like to blame the publisher a lot, but at the same time,
ooh, okay.
like a lot of the publishers will, like Jump shift these titles to other magazines because it gives them more time.
Yeah, but it's only because it's making them money.
No, but they're actively going out of their way to shift them to a different position so it's less stressful. And they'll keep shifting them until that stress is relieved in some way.
But they're not fixing the core problem.
No, well, the core problem is it's a weekly magazine. And you can't
Which is
fix
the core problem.
That's just the way it is.
What do you mean they can't fix that? They're the ones that dictate the release schedule.
So should it be fortnightly? And if we shift it to fortnightly,
they have enough mangaka that they
suddenly
could do a rotating roster.
This is something we have talked about a lot over the years.
I don't know why I'm getting mad at you.
Yeah, I know.
You're on the same side as me.
The rotating roster is a much better option and something that I would love to see. I would love to see the same amount of manga dropped every week, but different titles on that rotating 2-weekly roster. I'd much prefer that because it would give them a lot more time to not just take their time with what they're doing, but be able to plan ahead, to be able to actually live their life and look after themselves. That would
sleep more than like 4 hours
a
week.
And we would still
it's not that far off, is it?
It's not that far off. Like, Oda, just chill, man. You're getting old. time to settle down.
Do you think he's even met his kids?
Look, yeah. He'll see him
I
one
say
day.
that jokingly, but
I reckon he says it sees him 1 or 2 days a week. We have seen his schedule before, and it's like the majority of the work's done at night.
Yeah.
And he sleeps through the day.
And barely.
Yeah. I find it fascinating that a large amount of the mangaka have that similar schedule where they create at night. And I know that's a pretty solid symptom of something else.
Depression.
Yeah. So it's I guess it's not a huge surprise, but it's
I don't know about you, but I generally do my best writing at work at night.
I do a lot of my best thinking at work. And then I
feel like that's the creative time. Because you can't, because one, generally people aren't awake to disturb you.
That's the key. That's the key. So that's what I find. If you start working at like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night, nobody's there to interrupt you. It's easier to sink into the zone. It's easier to make time pass and get stuff done. But at the same time, like I'm used to waking up early in the morning, so I can get up at 6 and operate 100% and do the exact same thing. I can sink into a zone and have a solid 4 hours of work before anybody interrupts me. If I can get a day off. That's half the problem. So it's no, I guess, huge surprise that they have that kind of schedule. What fear I have is the fact that they'll have 8 hours of sleep a day, but it's 4 hours here and 4 hours there. It's not continuous. So I don't know how well the body copes with that sort of stuff.
Not well.
Not well.
Honestly, I'm surprised that I think that schedule that you were referring to, I think I showed it to you saying that it was Oda's, but I think I remember seeing later on that it wasn't. It was another mangaka that was used as reference, and Oda's is even worse. But I don't understand how they managed to keep that up for so long and have as little. They don't have as much as many health issues as you would think, at least publicized. Whether or not they just work through a lot of the minor ones, and you only hear about the ones that are basically hospitalization level.
I think this might be because Oda's been hospitalized before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
But
sure
not
he's
for
been
a while.
Yeah,
I mean, so
he's
the
been
most
in a
recent,
couple of times early on, like in his
Yeah.
earlier years, and I think this is all about routine. So he's managed to get a schedule that he can keep all the time as long as he sticks to the routine and he does the things at the exact time and does them the right way. The body's never going to wear out because it's used to the routine that's happening. What a lot of these younger ones have issue with as they sort of step in is they don't have that routine. They don't understand that you need to build a resilience and a structure to how you create and how you do things, which is why they get sick so quick because they're just not used to that system.
He got hospitalized for a an abscess on his tonsils.
Yeah, tonsillitis. Yeah. Not tonsillitis, but yeah, a tonsil-related thing. Yeah.
And then, like, more recently, there was the eye strain and the eye surgery and all of that.
Yeah, because the dude probably needed glasses and refused to wear them.
Also, Oda specifically has 10 assistants.
Yeah.
So, like, the dude barely sleeps as it is and has 10 other people helping him produce this thing weekly.
Which confuses me. Look, don't get me wrong. Like, his stuff is cool. But compared to, like, Dan, the level of detail, you know what I mean, right? You get where I'm at. Like, I'm not having to go at One Piece. It has a style.
No, I know.
It has a particular way. And I know it's still a lot of work because there's a ton of detail involved, but it's not really refined detail. He's not doing a ton of cross-hatching here and there. He's not doing a ton of, different people in planes with sharks. So it's just, yeah. Having 10, I don't think he has 10 assistants. That sounds like it's blown out.
Yeah, I'm just regurgitating shit that I've heard online.
I know, and that's probably what people have said on the internet. He's like, he's the highest paid mangaka in the world, and he can afford as many assistants as he wants. He probably has like 3 guys he works with, and then the editor, which is pretty standard. Like 3 people, and then the mangaka, because you'll have someone come in and do the tones, some of the backgrounds, fill in maybe some of the background characters and stuff like that, while he does a lot of the foreground. Like Chainsaw Man at the moment, I swear he only draws the main characters.
A quick Google says he typically has 5 assistants.
Okay.
Inking, penciling details, backgrounds, and applying adhesive gray tones.
Yeah. Is the guy even making the comic anymore? Like Osamu Tezuka of Astro Boy fame, it's said
actually,
that he had so many assistants that there was a point where he wasn't even making the comics anymore. He was just like writing them, and then his assistants were drawing them, and he was just like, "Nope, it's all mine." Bonk, puts his stamp on it. Mine, sorry.
Well, that's actually that
Uh,
is another thing. In the same vein, I think it was the same video. Is that majoritively, and I don't know if this is like a Shueisha thing. You very rarely hear who the assistants are at the time of them assisting.
being assistants,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. The only time that you will hear that they were an assistant to someone is when they're bringing out their own manga and it's used as a marketing
Promotional
tool.
tool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Whether or not that's a way for Shueisha to kind of stop them going to different magazines and keeping them all in house. I
They're
don't know. Again, this
hired as
is
I thought they
hearsay.
were hired as contractors by the mangaka.
I don't know.
I believe so. Like going off what's that? The manga series.
Bakuman?
Yeah. So going off that, they're like independent contractors. They bring them in when they need something done, or they'll hire people after looking at their folios and stuff. But it's paid for by the mangaka. The publisher don't pay for it.
That seems insane to me.
Yeah. Which is why when you're starting out, you have no assistance because you can't afford them. And it's not until you actually build up a bit of money that you can actually afford to hire someone to be an assistant to get more work done. Which means you then have no money again because you've had to hire an assistant to keep up with the work. So you can see where I'm at here. Like it feels like the publisher is just pushing all of the workload on the mangaka, which is why they're being flooded with all this work, and they're just reaping in the rewards. That's what it looks like and feels like.
And I mean, us being in a completely different country, it's even harder for us to kind of fact check that stuff because it does seem to be very under wraps.
Yeah, like a lot of stuff in Japan. Like you see the surface level stuff. You don't need to know the underneath. We like to know the underneath. That's the thing we enjoy. I enjoy the underneath as much as the on top. So
yeah, there's I mean people have mentioned Bakuman as I just tried to do a quick reading Google.
yeah.
Something that I found was like 11 years ago, and someone's referenced Bakuman. But in saying that again, that's potentially just one company. Some very well may do have different practices.
Well, this is right. But we know that it tends to be if they do it in one, they probably do it in another.
Yeah.
Especially something as big as Shueisha, you would assume that they would have an industry standard sort of level of interaction. I would assume. I could be horribly wrong.
And we've gotten
which I often am.
way off topic.
Oh yeah. We were talking about ping pong, weren't we? And then
no, we were talking about D Greyman.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So I did find out. So she's got, pardon me, wrist injuries, potentially carpal tunnel, autoimmune disorder, and history of viral infections.
Yeah.
That may have led to rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh,
so
that's all horrible. That is all horrible. And I
Which is
feel
why
for I really do.
we pretty much only get like 4 chapters a year because
I mean, that's absolutely
pushing
beautiful that
through.
she's still doing it, and she still loves it, and she still wants to keep it's devastating to sort of hear stuff like that. It really is.
Yeah. We commend you, Hoshino.
Yeah. You make me want to get
God,
off my lazy
sucks.
ass and actually get back to work.
And then and you hear that and then you get pieces of work like this.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Righto. My next big thing to read. I'll read it after I finish what I'm reading now. I put it off for a long time. I have. Not quite sure why.
Holy crap. Ooh. I remember. Okay, so two things. The next bit of news was Witch Watch has 4 million copies in circulation with 22 volumes. Still no English volumes.
What? No, that's not right.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. I don't believe that.
I'm double checking my facts here. But I believe currently digital only.
Yuck! Why would they do this? 22 volumes, highly successful series, super popular anime. What kind of drugs are these people on?
And the weird thing is, even though it's all translated into the weekly app, there's only 15 volumes digital only.
What is going on?
Even though it's simulpublished. I don't know.
I'm so confused by a lot of the release schedules for stuff for English release because they're all simuldub. Almost everything is simuldub now. Simulpub, simuldub. It's all being released in English at the same time now because they're realizing the popularity of it on a global scale, but nobody's doing anything about it. They're just like, oh, we'll sub, we'll pub, we'll do whatever, digitally. But as soon as it comes to physical, they don't want to do it because it costs money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Damn it, where'd it go? The next bit of news I had, which makes that news fucking bonkers, is that come on. Nue's Exorcist, Volume 1's release is scheduled for July 1st in America, giving us the exact... So, July 1st is its English debut. We don't get it till the 26th of August here in the land down under.
Whatever.
Now, I say that with a giant, big asterisk. All of the
you can't. No, you'd have.
No,
to
I can't. I don't have enough hands.
Involved.
I don't know why I ended up with a T at some point.
I'm out.
So I ordered Snowball Earth, and actually had that come into the store a month before its release. So it's
release schedule.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Loose term by the sounds of it.
Yeah. And Nue's Exorcist hasn't been running for anywhere near as long as Witch Watch, yet it's being pushed out. So I don't know. It's weird, the decisions that get made.
Yeah, it is. It's like, I mean, we've only just got what, Gachi Kuda 1, 2.
I can tell you,
we might have the second volume.
No, we're like up to issue 6.
Oh, they've pushed it along a little bit better. Okay. I feel like they're
5.
just not.
Wait.
They're not jumping on the opportunity
Oh,
that they
yeah,
have.
6. 6 came out like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So it just feels like they're not. It's still all Japanese based.
But again, they have the shit translated already.
Yeah, it's sitting there. Hand it off to a local publisher. Like, get it done in the country, or get it done so you don't have to worry about shipping and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure someone will pick it up. You don't have to give it all to Crunchyroll. That's what's happening, isn't it? That's what's happening. They're giving it. They've signed a contract with Sony, and everything's going to go through Crunchyroll manga, and it's all gonna publish that way.
Fun fact: according to MangaDex, Gachi Rakuda translates to real trash.
Okay,
I kind of love that.
It makes sense. It
does.
coincides with the series pretty well.
So we've got less than half English physical volumes. There's currently 15. Oh God, the covers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at him, dude. Oh.
It's done well. I feel like this shouldn't be so much of this already.
Right? There's 15
That's what
volumes.
It feels like, right? It feels like there shouldn't be this much of it already, because we started reading it when it was on. About
I think
5 chapters in. When we started reading,
started around the same time as Dan, which also doesn't feel right. But
no, I don't. Yeah, it feels like it hasn't been running that long, but it has. It's been running quite some time. And since we're here, we might as well segue across. What do you think of the first episode?
Have you watched it?
Skimmed it a little bit.
Bones Film, I believe, is the studio off branch of Bones. Holy fuck, they did an amazing job. They are just as good, if not. Just as good, because Bones is pretty damn up there.
Bones have produced some very beautiful animation work, but they have a different style.
Animation wise with like Full Metal Alchemist, Soul Eater, like it felt pretty like modern.
I will say texturally it felt like Sakamoto. The animation, like just not the animation work, but the color and the texture and the actual visual style.
Yeah, gritty.
Yeah.
Ooh. The fun thing about so we have spoken about it in the past. For those who are unaware of Gachi Okuda, its opening segments quite literally questioning the reader, essentially, what trash is and how humans are very quick to label things as trash and like devalue their worth.
And we're not just talking about physical objects,
even other humans.
Yeah.
The very first thing that it does portray to you is I don't know if it's exactly one-to-one with Shinto, but it's very Shinto adjacent, with that if an object is shown a lot of love and care, it will develop its own spirit. Very much like how a lot of the yokais kind of are manifested.
Enough
It's
people
generally in a
believe in
negative.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's why there's a lot of inanimate object yokais, like the worn out umbrellas that have the one leg and the goofy eyeballs and they jump around.
I love those dudes.
They're so good. It's the easiest one that I have to like
reference. Yeah.
reference
Classic.
for like the inanimate
Like
object.
it's always there.
So that's why and that ties heavily into the power system for Gachi Akuta.
Doesn't just tie in, man. That is the power system.
Well, yeah, I meant like the whole Shinto side of things, but
oh yeah.
That definitely seems to be like the inspiration for the power system is like that Shinto belief of everything has a soul dwelling within it, and not just living things, but also inanimate objects can develop a soul as well if given enough love and care, or even technically the opposite, I guess. But enough emotion, I would say, whether that be negative or positive.
I guess they do push heavy on the emotional side of things.
It's almost like personification, but like to like the next level.
Yeah.
Anyway, back into Gachi Akuta. We're asked all these questions, and we're shown this idyllic paradise. Everything's white and gold, and everything's perfect, and everyone's perfect. And we're shown this little girl who has a stuffed animal, which I believe is a dog, even though it doesn't really look like one. It's brand new. It's just popped a seam, and the mothers are like, "Oh, we could repair it, but it would be ugly. So let's just throw it away and get you a new one." Even though like they literally just bought it. And so that's the mentality of these people, is that if something is broken or no longer fills the purpose that the purpose that it was designed for, then throw it out, get a new thing. And that also filters down to the people. So there is a giant wall that separates the two, where the riffraff, the descendants of the riffraff. So not even these people have done anything wrong. It's just generations down the line, they've been burdened with the sins of the father, quote unquote. Which is a very big thing I've noticed across like Japanese media.
Generational burden, generational.
I mean,
acquired things.
Well, I mean, the acquired debt, right?
Yeah, exactly right. It's a common theme, is to have something that like progresses over generations. Because
that's one of
oldest
Oda's
country in the world.
That's one of Oda's big things with One Piece, is that the child should never bear the sins of the father, even though they still do in his series, but it's portrayed as such an immense negative, which I think is possibly why it resonates so much, specifically over there as well. Because I mean, it's such a bullshit mentality.
It is. Everybody makes their own mistakes, and they should be their mistakes to bear.
Even in the slums, our main character Rudo, he's a dumpster diver. He has this affinity with trash and can see other uses for things. He's pretty much the epitome, personification boiled down of one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
if you could boil that into a person. And he likes repairing things and giving things new life. Very much so with the other Japanese belief of I forgot what it's called.
Dude, quick, find it. Find the word. I got the timer going.
Kitsunagi.
There you
No, Kintsugi.
go.
The using the stuff where they use the gold to repair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the pottery and things like that to give it new life.
There's a beauty in
in the flaw and
the
the
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I derailed myself.
That's right. Dude fixes stuff.
Yeah.
And gives
so
it to other people.
even in the slums, he is seen as the lowest of the low, not just because he's a dumpster diver, but also because he is the son of a murderer that was thrown into the pit. Now, this idyllic utopia that we see eventually zooms out. It turns out that it's like a massive floating city, and with this tiny itty bitty section off to the side where they've forced all the slum people. They don't really have a name for them. Just the descendants.
Just call it the slums.
Yeah.
I think.
And they do. They're tribal people. That's what they refer to them as. Is the tribal people. I feel like there's some more historical stuff going on there, but I don't have enough to touch on that.
No.
It feels a little Ainu related, but
could be.
We'll just gloss over that. So he is ostracized by the ostracized, except for one girl and his adopted father. And everything seems to be going tops for Rudo after he is kind of hitting it off with the girl that he has a crush on, and he's given her the doll that he's repaired, that he dumpster dived for earlier, and she Freudian slips that while they're talking that she hopes that he never changes because that's what they love about him. And he turns to her and he's like, when you say we, do you mean you as well, sort of thing? And she's all like, I just meant, and it's really cute until Rudo runs home to go tell his adopted dad, and he's got a big old sword through his chest.
He's looking a little dead.
Currently being murdered by a man in a mask. And Rudo pretty much gets blamed for the murder immediately. The police don't even question him. They just see him standing over the body, even though he's like crying and he's like, he needs help. They're like, yeah, but you killed him because you're covered in his blood.
You must be the one who did it.
And he's like, why should we listen to you? You're just a slum rat. And so he gets strung up on the little mechanism that they do to throw people off. He's quite literally crucified without the cross. So he's like literally being hung up.
Sorry, I need to stop you here.
Go for it.
You've skipped over a very important component.
I did?
Yeah.
What was it?
The gloves.
Yeah, no, I was getting to that.
But he's already got the gloves.
No, he doesn't get the gloves. He starts the series with the gloves.
Yeah, but his uncle like explains about the gloves.
Not in episode 1, he doesn't.
Man, I need to read the manga again.
He literally. Okay, so I was getting there. You
Okay.
just give me a minute.
Okay.
So he ends up getting thrown off into the pit. I was going to tie in the gloves to when we were talking about the power system.
Yeah, I just thought it was mentioned earlier on.
So in the episode they do talk about before he gets thrown off the cliff, that he's a smelly trash rat who has smelly trash gloves that were like beaten up. And hang on, you didn't watch the episode. I did.
No,
just
I didn't.
A moment
You
ago.
did. You did. You watched it. I know.
Because I thought you had, and I was like, I gotta watch this before the show.
Yeah, because I'm just like, you need to watch it, man.
And I'm glad I did. So Rudo was born with. I completely forgot about it, to be honest. He has deformed hands that almost look like he has like radiation burns. That cause him like great pain, give him like migraines and shit. But his adoptive father, the one that got stabbed, gave him these funky gloves. Give me a second. These ones. Now the gloves will become like super important plot device. But yeah, in the first episode, they're just a pair of gloves.
Yeah.
To cover his gross fingies. But it's almost like up to like just past the wrists. It was nice. It was really cool to see them in color, actually, because I'd only ever seen them in the volume, which I can't find. And yeah, they're like they in the manga, they're like done very scratchily and stuff, and they look quite deformed.
Yeah.
In the anime, it almost looks like a really weird radiation burn, and while they're showing them for the first time, there's almost like the Geiger counter radiation clicks going on as well.
Nice.
So I don't know if that's related, but yeah, because I never got far enough into the manga where that was relevant again. I think I got like 50 chapters in. So
or
like
maybe they'll never mention it.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
But the gloves specifically so tying back into what we were talking about before with the whole Shinto shenanigans and the power system, which doesn't get revealed at all in episode 1, so
No.
Minor spoilers. When the special people in this series, known as gifters, are essentially able to, God, I'm stretching my memory now, gift life or gift new life into objects, and they transform and then are used as weapons. So there's a girl in. Is she on the cover? I'm gonna just bring it up anyway. Yeah, I am. Where is she? This one.
Scissors.
She's got a pair of scissors. And very much like Kill la Kill, she ends up like using it as like a giant blade with the handle, like the little loopy bit as the handle. Mr. Engine over here, his is an umbrella. I can't remember what his name is, but his is the staff. Rudo's is special because his is the gloves. And he can, because he has such a strong affinity with trash, he can kind of do manipulate that with all trash. But if he uses so his is the gloves that then channels that into other things, but then once he uses their ability, generally they will break. That's his ability is like the different one because he's the MC, right?
Yeah, he's got the broken skill.
Yeah, which is nerfed slightly.
Just to make him, just enough to make it like he's on a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some stage he'll learn how to not channel so much juice into the things and so they won't break.
Yeah. Like Deku and his body.
Yeah. I don't think we actually have seen. I had a look for it, but there doesn't seem to be an official OP yet because there is no OP.
Oh yeah, there's no OP
first
for the first episode. Yeah.
But I think we got the OP track in the episode as like backing music, and we got the title card.
And it's hip hop, right? It's got to be hip hop.
Oh, dude, no, it's more metal. It's
okay.
It's grunge. Like,
okay.
I don't know. It's chunky. It's nice.
Dirty.
Yeah. I was like,
okay,
yeah, rock on. It's like the whole thing is very hard punk. Like that's the.
It's trash punk, man.
Because as Rudo is being thrown into the pit, he basically says, "Fuck you all. You're all trash. Each and every one of you. You don't know shit. I'm gonna come back up here. I'm gonna fucking kill you all." It's like he gets real mad and like, fuck the man. Like it gets real punk.
The girl ends up throwing the doll in with him, doesn't she?
Yeah. She's like, I thought you were
real.
different, and she just believes the lie.
Everything.
So yeah, he's just like he fully snaps. He's just like, right, well, humans are shit. You're all shit. I'm gonna burn the world down. And then he lands in a trash pile, and we get to see one of the I
can't remember what
aberrant
they call them.
Beasts.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't remember what they call them, but yeah, they're like, oh, this is the coolest.
I was wondering how
3D. I saw it and was like, I knew it was like 3D straight away, but fuck, it looked amazing. Oh my god. I'm gonna reserve judgment for like the next episode, but because we only got to see it for like 5 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it looks so cool. I am, as the kids would say, gooning over this one. Don't look it up.
I don't know if that term is used correctly.
Yeah, it is.
Or maybe it is.
Don't question me.
Just let it roll.
I know what the term means.
Yeah,
and if anyone's going to question me about it, I know what it means.
You know,
I'm using it correctly.
Whether you like it or not.
That's how cool it was. So yeah, the first episode was literally just set up for Rudo, and that's pretty much it. Everything that you learn about the floating city, I mean, it's relevant for Rudo and Rudo's backstory to juxtapose whatever him in the cut, like the abyss under big city. Man, words.
It seems like very MAPPA 3D work. Like it gives me a little bit of Chainsaw Man 3D work kind of vibe. Like it's you're right. It's visibly there, but they've done a good job of blending it in with the style.
Yeah. And there's so many moving bits. I can't. Yeah.
It's a lot
It
of work.
must have been
They've
so
put a
much
lot of
work,
work
yeah.
into it.
But not to the point like it's not over the top like Transformers. I can't remember which Transformer movie it was. Where there was just
all of them.
Was it all of them? I can't remember. I haven't watched them in such a long time, and
They're
I think
all
one
over
of
the top.
Yeah, I know, but they kept escalating, and I feel like it was. I think it was like maybe the fourth one. I don't know. I stopped watching them after like the first couple. It was like the third or fourth one, and it was just so much detail, just crammed into them that it would you just couldn't really make anything out. It just looked like a whole bunch of moving mechanical parts in the shape of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, that's like he's a robot.
No, I know that, but like they tried to make him too realistic. You know what I mean?
Tried to give him too many gears.
It was way too busy. It was yeah.
Okay.
It was.
It. You're right. You're right. It was over the top. The first movie was okay. It was fine. We were all happy with it. They should have just left it at that.
No, the one where they're in Egypt and he looks up and there's the two testicles, which are the wrecking balls. Peak cinema.
Yeah, I guess.
Those movies are ridiculous.
They are. They're ridiculous and over the top.
Whichever the movie was that didn't have Shia LaBeouf in it anymore. I think that was number 4.
From the 3 onwards. He wasn't in 3, I don't think.
Was
I think
he
he only
in 3?
did the first 2.
Maybe I've only seen the first 2.
Yeah, probably. Most people have.
Was Marky Mark in the 4th? I know we're getting wildly off topic.
Yeah, we are like way out of range.
Oh no, Transformers is Japanese.
Okay. Okay. I would have to look it up because it has been a long time since I saw any of those first like 3 movies. I've seen the most recent ones, the Beast ones.
Was that any good?
Director.
I loved Beast Wars in the animation because it's terrible 3D. But as a kid, I ate that shit up.
That's because you were a kid. No, it was what was on TV, and
I'm looking it up. It was Transformers 4. Optimus looks gross.
Okay.
There's too much going on. He barely has his like plate of like red and blue. I don't like it. If you like it, that's your prerogative.
Stop talking about it. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Also,
let's talk about.
In it.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that we still call him Marky Mark. There's a whole generation of people who do not understand that term.
Yeah. Just real quick. So wildly, Kagurabachi's got a new PV celebrating Volume 8. It's a live action PV. Yeah.
You know what? I could see this done in live action. I think it would look kind of cool.
I'm just gonna quickly.
I know everybody's like, "Oh, this thing's got to be anime," but I don't think it does. I feel like Kagurabachi would actually kill it as a live action.
Like, I can't believe this. They put in so much effort, but also this is kind of it. It's just them walking around.
It's just a bunch of guys in suits.
Yeah, with katanas. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
Elusive Samurai got a PV. Everybody's getting PVs. New Age Exorcist got a PV. Black Torch got a PV. Because it's
Man, they must
the
have
anime
hired a
coming.
whole department for this stuff because it's not easy doing that business.
Fist of the North Star got a PV. Yeah, all the money
Dude,
that
is that like that new
Jesus
Fist of the North Star?
Christ.
Is it 3D? I heard it's 3D.
It is. I'm looking
I'm
at
not
it
watching
now.
it. I'm not watching it. I refuse. Why do they keep doing that? You know, it's some sort of money saving deal, but just stop it.
In the year 1990.
1990X. At least they kept that in there. That's
in the
that's
distant
cool.
future.
There's nothing better than
yeah.
seeing something like that.
I don't know. It also like that those scenes there don't look animated.
Well, they're not. They're just
Like
panning.
like it's just
They're hand drawn. That's 3D.
but the only
That looks
animated bits are
hand-drawn.
3D.
That's hand drawn. That's oh
Yeah.
oh that hurt. Oh stop!
It's almost
Stop it!
It's almost looks like I'm probably not using the correct term, but it almost looks like cell shaded video game graphics.
Yeah. Every
Like,
time I
kinda
see
like
this, I'm like, oh, early 90s video game cutscene.
Dragon Quest 11? But you know, it's a Dragon Quest game, so it
the cartoon
it looks at
cel-shade
home
works.
there.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hate that they've done this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have just gotten the studio that did Baki to do it. They would have done it.
Yeah, look, the comments are not happy.
No, nobody's happy about this. Somewhere the poor man's turning in his grave.
Is he dead?
I don't know. I'm just assuming. It's an old series. Mangakas don't have a long life. You know that.
Yes. 2026.
Oh God! Look, can
they even call it an anime? Like a lot of that just looked like panning slideshows.
It's anime. Well, that's because it was. It was just a PV, man.
Was it?
It was a
PV just stands for
promotion.
promotional video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's almost done, and they're all like testing the waters, and they're like,
and now the backlash is massive. Yeah, they're going, what are we gonna do here?
Nah, guys, that was just for the PV.
Yes, we were just testing it to, it's because we didn't have the real stuff finished. That's what it was.
Unrelated. We're delaying the project.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Our lead animator died. We have to. Yeah. Okay.
So we did get the last PV. Was Black Clover, which was the news of news last time.
The news that there's news.
So Black Clover dropped in 2018. This PV reminds us of that. Most of the PV is just them going over like, look at all the Black Clover that we did over the years and kind of recapping all the stuff. The funniest part is that there's 171 episodes or something like that. That's considered season 1. literally advertising the return of Black Clover as season 2, like episode 172. It's like, what
It
the
works.
fuck are you about?
If they say that, if that's what they say, then that's what it is. You can't argue.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's the choice they've made.
But yeah, there's no actual, like, the entire PV is like to get you hype. And they have like this one little. I'm just gonna show you. Share this instead. So this this is the only bit that's new animation. Oh wait,
Ooh.
I need to be over here.
Technical difficulties.
I also had to mute it. So this is the only bit that's new. This is also the key visual that they've got for season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the only key visual.
It does look fucking incredible.
Looks shiny.
But
And look,
yeah,
it's I think the plan was to not reveal too much. It's just to tell people that yes, it's coming back. Yes, this is what we're doing. Like that's great.
That does look
amazing.
baller as hell.
Yeah. Second season.
It's so dumb. I saw it and was like, what? There's like over 150 episodes. What the fuck are you talking about? Second season?
No. That was just the first season. That was just a warm up, man. You just got introduced to the characters. Now let's actually get onto the plot.
Yeah, no, there's literally 170 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, filler. There's actually only 12 episodes. The rest of it's filler.
I don't think there's that. Like, there is filler in Black Clover, but I don't remember there being much.
I don't know. I couldn't get past like 4 episodes.
Yeah, but that's because Asta screams a lot. That was my issue. I couldn't watch the sub because I found it even more shrill.
Yeah, it was even worse again.
Tolerable, and was significantly toned back after like episode 10, I'd say.
So what you saying? I should start watching from season 2?
Sure. Read it, and then start watching from season 2, I guess.
Yeah. Nah, I'm good. I got enough stuff to read. I don't need to add that onto my list.
So I don't know how to feel about this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Horrible. You feel horrible about it.
I do.
What terrible 3D thing are you going to put on us now?
No, it's Rurouni Kenshin related.
Oh, but, no, we don't need to talk about it.
No,
we can choose not to.
I know. So it's Rurouni Kenshin's 30th anniversary, and I know a whole bunch of mangaka have done illustrations to celebrate.
It's because they're paid to.
I sure hope so.
There was actually, we should mention there was a bunch who chose not to do this, right?
Did they?
I'm pretty sure that there was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there was a number of currently running series folk who chose not to do this. So
I remember that Fujimoto was one of the ones that chose not to do it. Although there's a few, so we've got Gege Akutami, so Jujutsu Kaisen, World Trigger, JoJo's Bizarre.
He put the effort in.
Okay, so I did look at the comments before getting to this.
Trace that. He's traced that, right?
So the top comments were apart from referring to this is the Epstein Files manga edition. Araki put 15 minutes into this. You can't convince me that Araki wasn't held at gunpoint to make this. Indisputably the worst Hirohiko Araki drawing I've ever seen. The Araki one will go down in history as they made me do this. Fuck. So I read all that before seeing that, and that's why it got me so hard.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And like if he's actually done this, because there is a possibility, he's just signed it and someone's just handed him something. Because that eye is janking the hell out of me.
Fuck, that's so funny.
It's so misaligned. It's killing me.
And the sword is just like a screen. Anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's breaking me so bad.
I'm glad that
JoJo's creator,
just...
everybody.
And we know what he's capable of.
And that looks pretty good, actually. Flame of Rekka. I'm not actually sure what that is.
Flame of Rekka? It's an old series.
Sui Ishida, so Tokyo Ghoul, which is why that looks so fucking good. Normandy Secret Club, Slam Dunk.
Slam Dunk? They do their own art?
Apparently. I don't know what that one is. It's Helluya Second Boy? Never heard of that one. Hell Teacher Nube. One Piece. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's a few of them that just didn't put any effort in.
Blue Exorcist. Boys Over Flowers. Toby Kitty. That's kind of cool. Naruto. The Prince of Tennis. I just saw the dude in the background.
This is a masterpiece. A goddamn masterpiece. Is that you, Cloud?
Oh man, some of these are just. Whew. This is Kako Kawi. Sorry, let me try that again. I've got tears in my eyes. It's Kako Kawaii Sengen. Then we got The Promised Neverland, Mr. Full Swing, Gintama, Captain Tsubasa, Shaman King, Black Clover, Yu Yu Hakusho, / Hunter x Hunter, Trigun. Oh! Didn't know the dude that did Trigun did Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I like Blood Blockade Battlefront. That shit was fire.
I've tried it a couple of times, and maybe I need to skip the first couple episodes and just jump.
Maybe. Did you watch a dub? I really like the dub. Ian Sinclair makes that fucking. I'm obsessed with that man.
I need to give it another go. The animation is stunning.
It's really good. What's this one? Kuroko's Basketball and Kill Blue. Oh, they're done by the same person too.
Huh.
City Hunter. You shouldn't have wasted your. What?
What? Kill Blue and like they're such vastly different series.
she shouldn't have wasted her effort on this one. D. Greyman. It looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia. Wait, another one by her? Oh, this must be the other Hell Teacher, Nube. Maybe, I don't know. Man, why do they gotta throw French words at me? Sommelier, I think is how you say that. Assassination Classroom / The Elusive Samurai. Wow, that just look. It's because it is.
He's wearing a wig, man.
I saw the hair. I was like, wow, it just looks like it is. Kaiju number 8, Eye Shield 21 / One Punch Man. It's Murata.
Yeah.
Chrono Crusade. To Love Ru / Ayakashi Triangle. Inazuma 11. What is that?
If Aruni looked like that, I might have read it.
What the fuck? Oh man, that is like straight in the uncanny valley for me. I'm gonna have nightmares. This is by the mangaka for Shiguri and Gekiko Kamen. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man. What an array of wild work.
That made me laugh. So yeah, I don't know.
It's a really weird mixed bag, and it's hard to, like, these guys grew up reading this manga, all predating the shit that happened. And it's kind of it's not fair on us to go, just because you liked it. Yeah.
I also grew up really loving Rurouni Kenshin. It was one of my first anime.
Yeah.
I never completed it. Mainly because I don't think
people love it.
The anime was done.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know now, there are some questionable things that are, for the most part, though, it's not in there at all.
As a total work, this is the thing. We kind of need to step away from it and go, this as a total work, as something that people grew up with. If you remove the concept of what we know now, it's not. Yeah, it's just it's a pain having to do the whole artist versus art sort of scenario.
T.T. Cooper was the other big one who said, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah. Yeah. And I think by doing that, it made more of a point, and made it stand out. And it seems to be a generational thing as well. Like I never got into Rurouni Kenshin myself. It was, I don't know, just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
At the time, I know people that loved it when it was all happening, and I tried it, like I do with almost everything, and I just didn't like it. And I'm not going to spend my time, watching something that I don't like.
I mean, thinking back on it, I don't think it necessarily does anything groundbreaking.
No, it's a shonen series.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure it was massively influential to a lot of different mangaka. I mean, Oda was, I believe, an assistant to what's his face. I can't even remember his name, which is good because he doesn't deserve that. But yeah,
Wasn't Zoro
Uh,
based on him?
Or
Or am I mishearing things?
Yeah, no, I sent you that thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what has been touted on the internet.
Yeah.
What's his face? Wears black bandana quite a bit, and Rurouni Kenshin being a samurai, Zoro being a swordsman.
Yeah, that's a pretty loose. Like when you look at all these other characters, it's pretty defined.
In saying that, though,
Yeah.
Oda does base a lot of his characters on real life people.
Yeah.
Specifically, the admirals. He bases them off really famous
Actors. And
actors. Thank you. I forgot
yeah.
what the word was. Yep. No, I'm looking at I have the comparisons in my head, and I'm just like, yep, that's the guys. What are they doing again? They pretend.
They do that thing.
thing.
Thing where they pretend.
Yep. And get paid
yes.
for it.
Yes.
I'm not having a good day, am I?
Oh man. So did you end up watching Hikaru?
No.
Okay. What was the other thing you were going to watch back to back?
Tacopes. I watched Tacopes.
Tacopes, yeah. Wow.
It didn't end where I thought it was going to end.
I didn't know where it was going to end.
Yeah, I know. So just real quick, I'm going to rapid fire the rest of the
yeah, you're going to do more news. Okay.
So this is actually the one that the oversleeping one that we were talking about last time. The what's his face oversleeps. I forgot his name. You know the one. Come on, man. We talked about it last week.
Yeah, that was a whole week ago.
You know the one.
You sprung me on it. Like I don't know who oversleeps. Come on, man. Tell me.
God damn it. He's making me do all the work.
What? You're the one who brought it up.
Shut up.
What's it in relation to? Why are we oversleeping?
It was the manga. Someone oversleeps. I've forgotten his name. Hang on.
It's a vital piece of information right here.
It is. What do you mean you don't have? Oh, there it is. Oversleeping Takahashi. Yeah.
Okay.
You remember? Just guess.
Why are we talking about oversleeping Takahashi?
This is this one. Remember this one?
Oh yeah. Okay.
See, the one that you remember.
Now I remember the picture, and I remember us talking about it. Going, "Hey, that doesn't look like the thing that it says in the title."
So I keep getting this one and this one confused for some reason.
Wow, they're vastly different.
Shut up.
What is that one?
This one
detective.
Is, why did that? There we go. Ron Kamonohashi, deranged detective. For some reason, I don't know why, but I keep getting those two schmooshed. Oh, hey, Brandon. You missed this clowning on Araki's drawing. I'll show you later. I lost my shit. Anyway, the point was, this is ending with chapter 170.
170?
Yeah. So, volume 19?
Naturalland. Naturalland, yeah?
Yeah. Has to be.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's too much of a run to be canned. I'm not familiar with this. Is it a Manga Plus title?
Yeah, it's on Manga Plus.
Okay.
This one?
Yeah. What's the name of it again? Come on. Come on, you can do it. It's J. It's like you're doing a J.
No, it's Maggie.
No.
Magic.
Maggie. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh my
Maggie.
god. It's Maggie like magic.
You know, like Maggie. The
Magie Lumiere.
yeah, you know, Maggie, like the Maggie, the Labyrinth of Magic. This one, Maggie.
Yeah. It just sounds dumb saying Maggie.
I know, and it's really triggering you.
It is a little bit. Like
he didn't miss it. He saw me losing my tits.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly, like Maggie Simpson. It's
that's
spelled
double
the exact
G.
same.
That's double G.
No, it's spelled the same. I don't know.
Can we just move on? Let's move on. Why did you even have Magie Lumiere up?
That's
what
the
was
key
the
visual
deal
for season 2.
Okay, season 2. Thank you.
I'm all goofy now after the
keep the goof running. What else? What do we got?
Sakamoto Days will be getting cover and lead color page next week.
I gotta admit, look, even though I didn't watch Magie Lumiere, the animation on it was really, really nice. It was beautifully clean. They'd done a good job with it.
So I may have pre-ordered a manga that's coming out soon. One that you're familiar with, I believe. I'm definitely gonna get judged for at work when it comes in. Gushing over magical girls.
Oh man, such a good series. Why did you order that?
I remember you saying it was pretty good, so I
funny.
pre-ordered the manga.
I've read
getting an English tongue release like next month, I think.
The manga is actually almost identical to the anime. Like it's
I can't believe really it's not hentai,
close.
right?
Yeah, it's borderline.
Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't step over that border because it's more about
the manga
masochism. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it's almost panel for panel. They did a really good job on the translation.
But it is straight like ecchi series. Yeah.
Yeah. With fun magical girl stuff. Like the characters are actually.
I've ordered it. I don't have to buy
I know.
it.
Yeah. Like I know I would be judged heavily for this, like saying this, but the story's good.
I've heard good things. I've heard that it is like
I'm just here for the articles, anime. Man.
But I've heard good things. I've heard it's really funny.
Yeah, it is. It's got some really, really funny moments in it, and the characters are way over the top. And I think it's mainly because the MC is a masochist, and introducing a masochist into that sort of environment is really funny, especially with what happens to the other side.
So is the MC the villain? Is that?
Yeah, she's like obsessed with magical girls. She wants to be a magical girl. And then when she gets that, hey, they have those little creatures that turn up and go, hey, you want to be a magical girl? She gets one of those, but it turns out that they're on the villain side, not the good side. Yeah, and she gets roped into being a villain. It's quite a lot of fun. What kind of trouble are you up to there? You translating?
Doing a translate. I am.
Yeah. What are you?
The synopsis. God damn it. Okay. I hope that this is a natural conclusion and that it was like a Tacopi's and it was planned to be a nice tight little series from the beginning. The God of Time is scheduled to complete in 2 or 3 volumes maximum. So it will be releasing its first volume September 2025, which makes me feel like it
That's
is.
too much. That's too early for a cancel. That's way too early for a cancel. So that sounds like it's a natural short story.
That's what it feels like to me as well. Like the first volume's not even out. They've got numbers obviously from like people reading shit on the apps and whatnot.
I'm actually kind of happy about this.
Yeah. So I reckon it'll be a single volume Tunk release like Tokopi's over here for us. Although I think Tokopi's was only 2 volumes, but I think they were chunky volumes.
Yeah, because over in Japan they released them to hardbacks, didn't they? Or hardcovers.
I don't know. Were they hardcovers? I don't know. We
they
only
were
got
like a slipcase hardcover. They got
somewhere on my shelf. And yeah, so there was this and this this, which is just the synopsis. So
okay.
Yeah, that's what I was translating. This is the cover for Jump of the current week.
Nice.
We had the ping pong getting
a bit of coverage.
The running one, which I still haven't looked at.
No, I'm not going to. Sorry,
Fun little witch watch.
Nice. It's your boys.
Man, I feel like it's ending, and I don't want it to. But if it does, I'll also be satisfied. But I want more.
I feel like it just ran headfirst into the final battle. Is that what it felt like?
Yeah. I'm torn because it feels like we're reaching a natural conclusion, but also I am not done hanging out with these characters yet. Like it's what, like 50 something chapters? Chapter 51. I'm not ready for this to be over. Like it still has like easily another 10, 15 chapters in it at least if this is the end. But yeah, I'm not ready to say goodbye yet. Especially with them, with their roster the way it is at the moment. I can't see them getting rid of this. But I've been wrong before.
Maybe they just didn't have plans beyond that.
Possibly.
And what we'll see is just another series, which is just as good. Hopefully. Man, what is happening in Sakamoto at the moment? What the fuck?
Plot armor beyond plot armor is the consensus.
So last week with the whole molecules alignment thing. Oh god, I love that so much. Like I put my phone down after reading that and just like, man, you are a freaking legend. That is such a peak piece of plot armor shonen shenanigan happening right there. Like it's even explained. like
it's a shonen series. Like what do people expect? Like
they shouldn't be expecting anything less.
Also, it's Sakamoto days. It's never really been about the
possible,
tension?
the realism. We don't want that.
But even that, there's never really. It's been about being hard boiled and badass. It's never really been about like, oh man, I don't know, is Sakamoto or Shin gonna die? Like, there's been no real tension about this series.
No, it's just been
an action comedy.
Yeah. At its core, it's hard boiled.
So I don't know. People because I've been checking out the comments quite a bit more recently, but just seeing it's split right down the middle. People are either like, "What the fuck is this plot armor bullshit? Sakamoto has gone to shit," and everyone else is being like, have you not been reading this manga, like the same manga we've been reading for like
I think this is what it is it's that division is the people that have just started reading it because of the anime and the people who've been reading it for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's the division that's happening there. You know, we've been living with these characters for such a prolonged period of time that we understand that this is the structure of the book and how everything works. But if you just speed run this damn thing, you don't get the same feel. Tunnel effect?
Oh, cool. I haven't watched enough JoJo's to know what Brandon's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, look, I have all the love in the world for JoJo's, but I haven't watched enough. I haven't read enough.
No, but actually, that's a good point. Actually, JoJo's is the same. Like, there's no real tension there. You know that the good guys are going to come out. Actually, Jonathan,
not always. Not always.
Yeah.
And you know the MC is going to come out the other end, but you don't know whether everybody else is.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, the first JoJo.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he dies.
Yeah. But that was all to, do the rest of it.
But yeah, it like you look at Naruto, you look at Dragon Ball, like
this is a stock standard shonen stuff.
Yeah, even spoilers for How Old's Part 1, Brandon. Also, in my honest opinion, it's the weakest of all the parts.
The first, because it doesn't have the essence of what it truly became.
Yeah. Although I do miss Hamon energy. Even though I haven't caught up with JoJo's past, like part 1 of Stardust Crusaders, I think it is, which is part 3, and they're up to like part 8 or part 9 or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I really liked part 2. Part 2 was my fave. He says as he's only watched 3 parts.
Yeah. It's the best one. I haven't. Yeah.
So next week, Sakamoto is getting the lead color page. Akane Banashi, me and Robico, and Ping Pong will also be getting color pages.
Righto.
And the last bit of news that I have for you, Logan, specifically
for me, I love it when you have stuff for me.
For you specifically,
put me in the ocean.
Yeah, man. So Jump Giga 2025 Summer will be out on August 12th. Cover and lead color page will be going to Black Clover, dropping 3 chapters. However, the part that's for you, the color, one of the other color pages. Hang on, let me just get my shit organized.
I'm super excited, by the way. I don't.
Am I hyping it up sufficiently?
Like I'm on the inside. I'm starting to boil. I'm.
The color page by Shinpei Watanabe. Motherfucker is coming back.
What?
It's not Genko and Luna, but they're coming back with a new thing.
Nice.
Kihon Aslan?
Okay, period piece. Maybe.
I think this could be an adaptation. Maybe.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't know if this is the same. So I did a quick Google. The only thing that is coming up is a Reddit post and the Twitter post that I'm literally reading from. And the Reddit post is also the same thing. It's just it's the same post, just posted on a different page. But Googling Kihon Aslan, which I might be the Japanese title. I don't know. This could just be Google doing some shenaniganry. Could be the Heroic Legend of Arslan, which is this thing? take that with a giant asterisk, though. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm not confident. I think Google's just playing shenanigans and pulling shit that it thinks is relevant. But what I'm excited for is that Shinpei Watanabe is coming back. So there's that.
It's
Ginker and Luna.
super exciting. That was such a wonderful series. And I'm a little hesitant. If it's going to be an adaptation, it's just not going to have the same fun.
So this is a one shot as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's great that they're back working again and they're, getting out there. But I hope that
we get this in Jump Plus as well.
It'll be a nice shift over.
I will be mad if not.
Well, just hit the high seas like we always do.
Yeah. Most of the information, like people commenting, is about the Black Clover. However, there's quite a few other people losing their shit that Watanabe is coming back, which makes me really happy.
Yeah, because I think it was a pretty well-loved series all in all.
Yeah, I liked Ginker and Luna. That shit slapped.
Clearly did not sell. I reckon if they released it now, it would be a different thing. During this period of time where everything is like magic, I think it would have floated really well. Witch's Hat, Ichi,
yeah,
Free Ren. It settles in well with all that stuff.
When was Ginker and Luna? It doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
Last year?
Was it? Nah. No, we were doing the podcast, so it must have been 2 years ago?
Must have been.
2022. Wait, no, that must have been its release.
It didn't have that many freaking chapters, so
it had like 30, didn't it?
Around there.
Or 29. Fuck, that was so close. I'm so good at this.
So much happened. So much happened in those 20.
Yeah, no, I can't see exactly, but yeah, it ended about 2 years ago.
Yep.
Man, that sucks.
Yes.
That was around the same time as Red Hood as well, wasn't it? Or did Red Hood got canned earlier?
It was after Red Hood.
Yeah.
That's
right.
We were getting all those axes happening around that period of time. We're just like, what is going on? There's so much good stuff being canned.
Stop! They're already dead.
They're all so good, and we had, there was just so many good ones, and I don't understand how they got canned. I just don't. Oh well. Here we are.
Yeah.
You haven't watched much else on the new season, have you?
Oh, Takopi. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah. Well,
no. To answer your question, no.
Yeah. That's right. We'll talk about Takopi then.
If you haven't gone watched Takopi, go watch it now. Actually, we'll talk real quick about the one shot that we both read. You remember the one that you read?
Oh, yeah, the death one. Yeah,
the death one,
the spirit one.
Because that's the only one that I read.
Yeah, sorry, I did read a couple.
I was gonna read Living Lock, but I didn't get around to it. It dropped today.
Living Lock, that didn't drop today.
Didn't it? I thought it dropped today.
No.
Yesterday?
Sunday.
No. Fuck off, really?
Yeah, it dropped with GG. And Hero Organization, which I'm pretty sure are both Saturday,
you're right.
Sunday. Yeah.
Man, I also thought today was Friday earlier today, so get off my case.
Yeah. That kind of
that kind of a
week.
Wednesday.
Kind of a week to me, to be honest. It's just been a busy week. Right, so let's talk about. Give me the title again.
Welcome to Death Studio.
That's what it was. Which sounds super edgy, and like the photo for it looks super edgy.
It gave me Nightmare Before Christmas meets Has Been Hotel without the musical.
And without all the filth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the campiness.
Yeah. It was straight off. It's clearly heavily influenced by
Mr. Burton.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah, Burton style visuals. Mangified.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, there wasn't much about it that I felt was earth-shattering, but it was a fun time. It was a fun little read. I called most of what was going to happen.
Yeah. I feel like even though like it's a one shot that runs for how many pages? Like 69 pages.
Yeah, nice.
Those 69 pages could be a movie. Like it's a story that's well sort of well balanced enough to have a start, a middle, and an end quite comfortably without too many questions or unanswered information.
I saw it coming, but that ending was so fucking cute.
Yeah, it was a really good ending.
I'm like, it's gonna happen, and then I'm like, oh, dearies.
Yeah, and it's like it's a little background sort of thing as well. Like it's not front and center, which is fun.
And it had a lot of nice themes and messages, like don't kill yourself, which is a pretty good message.
Maybe stop and look at the people who love you.
Yeah. I mean, it was very much in the vein of like the kid feeling like he's a burden on the parent. So they remove themselves from the situation.
Well, they do the only thing that is within their power as a child, and that is to not be there.
Yeah, because they think that that's going to solve the issue, even though
they think they're the issue.
Choosing,
yeah,
they're the reason that the mother actually like does all the things that they do, because they give them their oomph.
Yeah. So there's a lot of heart going on in this one.
The art was really nice too.
Yeah, I actually sort of heard this when I was reading it. Did you you kind of heard the music and the sort of theatric to it as you read through, because it really does feel like it could have been a musical. It could have had that same sort of vibe as Nightmare Before Christmas or The Corpse Bride or something like that.
He just gave me Jack Skellington vibes, so like especially with like
the
gross exaggerated limbs. That was his voice. That's how I was hearing him, was just Jack.
Yeah.
Especially because he has like the weird dead dog thing too.
Yep.
Which was like very like Zero/Frankenweenie.
Yeah. Extra ear, no tongue. Sorry.
I was gonna say what?
Looks like an extra ear from that position. Yeah.
I like these like stitched together like 5 different dogs as well.
Yeah. I like the freaking egg dude.
Yeah, he's weird.
Like he's just so
Uh,
out of whack.
This dude
Like
with the
everybody's a little
giant
bit
neck.
weird.
Except for her, she was slamming. Oh, I
Yeah,
also really liked the old man. He was
yeah.
dapper as fuck.
Just chilling in the background.
Kind of reminds me of the principal from wait, no, he's one of the teachers from Spy Family. The one that's like obsessed with elegance.
I didn't get into the school.
I
stuff.
know you didn't get into Spy Family. I thought
didn't.
you got
I
it
didn't
far
get to the
enough.
school stuff. No,
I thought you
no.
got far enough. It's pretty early.
I know. I got up to the point where she was just about to go into the school. I didn't actually go any further than that.
Bon voyage.
So initially, like I started reading this, and these first few pages, I'm like, interesting. It sort of felt almost fan artish in its visual style.
This is my OC.
Yeah.
Wellington.
Kind of like that. It really felt like direct rip-offy kind of vibe to it, but it settles in really well to its own sort of lore, which is a cool lore. I actually really like the lore behind this. Is very interesting and not something I've sort of come across before.
It very well like the other death one that we had a few weeks ago. I could see this being like another like little episodic like our core cast, kind of like Death Parade actually. You have like the core cast of the creepy zombie-ish looking dudes. The main setting is the carnival, and you have like words are escaping me again. Revolving cast of like dead people coming through and telling little stories, and then they poof off into reincarnation land.
Yeah.
But I also don't think that this one could have been anything more than a one shot. I feel like this
does everything it needs to do.
Yeah. It could have, but
no, I honestly think that this is movie material.
Yeah,
like this story is movie material, and it would smash if like Leica picked it up, which are the animation studio that do like
I really love the
motion
carousel horses so much.
Oh yeah, everything's so goofy. That's another thing. Like all the stuff is just goofy in the background.
Did you say stop motion as well? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would have to be done in stop motion. It would just feel right.
Like a 40-minute short movie, short film.
I can't see this being the guys who do like box trolls, Kubo 2 strings, and
I have seen Kubo 2 strings. I didn't watch
Kubo
2 strings. Oh man, I forgot about that movie. That was so good,
so beautiful. need a rewatch.
Yeah. When did that come out? I feel like it was a while ago.
It's a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a lot of character, a lot of really beautiful character to it. For a one shot, and I did notice at the start they're just like rising star, like this guy's gonna be the bee's knees, the next generation.
I remember seeing that too, actually.
Yeah, down the bottom there where it says the debut of a new era's rising star.
Side note, Kubo was 9 years ago.
Oh, okay, not as far back as I thought. I was thinking like 15, but 9 is
further than I thought for some reason. But
yeah.
Let me just quickly. That's a software. Thanks, Google AI. You failed me yet again.
Well, that's nothing new.
Okay. So this Ieto? I'm probably butchering that.
Butcher away.
They were an assistant to Hirokoshi doing My Hero Academia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's the only two things that I can see is that he was a former or they were a former assistant. That's a lot of Japanese that I can't read. I think they're reposting a lot of the Tokyo the magical girl drug candy one. What was it called? You know the one.
I know a lot of magical girl drug related materials.
Magical girl in the narco drug war. The narco
yeah,
wars.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're sharing that a lot. I don't know what they're saying though.
Doesn't matter. They're clearly enjoying it.
I think they also did another one shot called Friends on the Horizon, but I don't think we got that. I could be wrong. I'm just gonna double check. We did not get that.
Oh well, that's right. We got this one, and it was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
I really enjoyed it. It was cute.
Yeah.
Nice little one shot.
Yes.
We need to get that. That looks cool.
Is that the other one shot?
I think this is different. I don't think that's the same. I think that's a manhwa.
Oh, okay.
That also looks cool. Let me bring it up. This thing.
That looks really cool.
Right? Overwhelmed with PTSD and horror.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is not the Friends on the Horizon. This is something different. This is just called Horizon.
It's a
manhwa.
If you're in need of some PTSD and horror, this will help out.
Good lord.
Speaking of a little bit of horror, Class of Brains.
I didn't get to read it. No.
Man, the amount of info. It's like a short novel on this one.
Yeah.
Like
I got a couple of pages in and I must have gotten I got distracted. Doing onboarding process.
There was a big info dump this chapter, which was good.
Okay.
Outlined a lot of stuff, but also made you ask some different questions.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Different.
No, that's good. They
answered some of the questions you previously had and gave you some more.
Maybe 14,000 more.
Yeah. It's good.
Love that. No, that's good. That's great. That's what we want.
Remember's still doing that. It's pretty good. Remember?
Oh yes, yeah, the one that we talked about. Yeah.
Member.
Yeah.
It's like it's a really precise slasher series. It knows exactly what it's doing.
Yeah. I hope it's another 3-volume. Like we said that about the Copies when it dropped. Like we hope that we get more of those short form manga, and then we didn't.
Well, yeah.
Until now with Time God Paradox.
We're starting to get a little bit more shorter stuff, even if it's unintentional. Sometimes shorter is good.
I actually
what
didn't
else
even get a
is going on?
chance to read the newer chapter of Katagami, the new one with the personality.
No, I didn't. Man, it's not growing on me.
Otier of the Flame. It turns out that I didn't read last chapter. God damn. Reading the last two chapters back to back was nice though.
I was actually 3 chapters behind. I didn't even notice. So I when I caught up, I'm just like, oh, this is flowing so well.
Yeah.
Once this is in tongue form, people are gonna be loving it.
I love the dwarf girl.
Good.
She's great.
Yeah.
People are thirsty in the
Yeah,
comments.
Yep. This is how he does things, though.
One of the top comments was, "Man, I forgot what her name was. Man, name of girl is making me feel things." I was just like, "All right, bonk. Everyone's going to horny jail."
Yep. Yeah.
Chainsaw Man was great. We're going on another 2-week break though. Well deserved, I guess.
Finish it. No, just finish it, man. I know he wants to. I know he just wants to finish it and get it out of the way and get on to other things. I can feel it. I can feel it in the story. He's distracted again.
There was some like a pretty big cliffhanger on that last page, which I am not going to talk about. Just there was some major character growth, and then potential.
Was there though? Yeah. Or was it more of a concern with what may possibly happen in the future?
I feel like it was restraint. It was full on restraint because of the feelings. Someone's caught feelings.
They have.
Someone's thinking about someone else other than just themselves for once.
Someone also caught a spear.
Yeah. So I'm very interested to see what the ramifications of that are, because doesn't necessarily. I'm being very vague here because I'm being spoiler light, but with that character, if people know who we're talking about, they haven't shown the resilience as other hybrids have.
No. It's been a hot mess since the beginning, really.
Yeah. It's Fuji. I trust him.
I'm sure he'll do something amazing and enlightening, but taking his sweet time. That was 17 pages.
It read like that too.
It was all action. It just disappeared.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I kind of wish we got to see the chainsaw bike again.
He was, no doubt, he was sitting there going, oh man, I really wish I could put that. Oh no, I remember drawing that thing. I'm not doing that again.
I'm never doing that again.
No.
Oh no.
We can talk about it, but that's it.
Yeah, you're never seeing that again.
Yeah.
Any standouts for you, either manga or anime wise?
Oh man, so I've basically watched the first episode of everything that's rolled out anime wise.
Ow!
It's just they're one episode. It's like 25 minutes, half an hour.
Actually, quick little side note. I did hear Panty and Stocking is going to be in Amazon Prime jail.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be simul released.
Will be for me.
And the dub has been completely recast.
Okay.
Which
He's done other things, maybe.
don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
And apparently it's significantly bad. So
What the
I
dub
haven't
is?
heard
Or is
the
it?
dub.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't heard it myself. This is literally like fourth hand information.
Yeah, because it hasn't rolled out yet.
No. This is
Yeah.
just rumors
Yeah.
online.
Okay. I guess we'll find
So
out when we find out. Okay.
yeah.
So things that I did watch this week. Dan, first episode. Fire.
I
of
haven't
course.
watched it yet, but it's peak. I know it
Yeah.
is.
As per usual. Gotcha. Kuda, of course. I'm
You
getting
did
there.
not watch that. Don't lie to the people.
They already know.
Brandon doesn't. He was asleep.
The summer Hikaru died. I did watch that one.
Yeah.
Great start. Really good start.
You asked me if I've watched that before, and I piggybacked my Netflix, and Netflix is cracking down on the whole sharing password shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to watch it because that involved me messaging someone to fix it. I'll get there. Okay. I have no doubt it was awesome.
It was very interesting.
Animated really well. The trailers look gorgeous.
Yeah, it's got a lot of landscape, a lot of BL vibe to it.
Yeah, it gives thriller BL vibes.
Yeah. Secrets of the Silent Witch. It's very cute.
That's a Crunchyroll one. I did see that.
It was very cute. A lot of setup in that first episode. Not a lot of story. Just a lot of super powerful person, and they repeat a lot of things a few times. It felt like kindergarten anime. Like it was a lot of spoon feeding on the story side of things.
Right. Sorry, my brain instantly went to Kindergarten Wars.
Yeah, no, nothing that cool. It might turn into something though.
Sorry.
It might turn
I'm
into
jumping ahead.
Turkey.
Yeah.
New Saga is a pretty standard looking fantasy. Hero defeats Demon King sort of scenario. Except it's kind of like he's the last one left. When he finally gets and defeats the Demon King, everybody else he's traveled with has died along the way. And there's like this gem in the center of the Demon King's room that he grabs, and it sends him back 5 years in the past.
Okay.
And so gives him a chance to then try and rectify everything.
Does he become
like
the Demon King?
The dude's kind of like broken. No. In the sense that like emotionally there's a little bit of breakage there. So there's something like underpinning in this story that they haven't revealed yet. So it seems interesting. The water magician, isekai, seems relatively standard at the moment. Dude gets isekai'd and his only request is that he wants to live a quiet life. He's like, can I just not be a hero or summon to anywhere or have any purpose? Can I just like
please
chill? And they're like, okay, no worries. So they sit him down in a hut in the middle of a forest with 2 books and a knife and go, see ya. Oh yeah, he's got magic. Like he's got water magic, right? But heaps of people have magic. It's a magical world. It's okay. For an isekai, it was pretty standard. Not terrible.
You remember how I said last week that Sony Roll is just fucking up everywhere? Yeah. So I jumped on today, saw that season 2, episode 1 of Rascal Does Not Dream they've got season 1 and movie 1, and that's it. There are 3 movies, which I did not know. Yeah, two of the movies are missing from Crunchyroll, even though Sony owns the rights. And you go season 1 movie, and then the new one's Santa, isn't it? Santa Claus is the new season.
Yeah.
So it goes. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Then it's of a dreaming girl. Then it's of a sister venturing out. Then it's of a knapsack kid. And then it's Santa Claus.
Okay.
These fucking wild titles, man.
Yeah.
But it's Rascal Does Not Dream series. And then whatever the plot dictates is what the thing that he does not dream of.
One would assume that was the case.
Yeah. Which is it's like puberty disease or puberty syndrome.
Yeah.
Is what they refer to it as. I couldn't remember until I saw it earlier. Anyway,
People
continue with your thing.
Do things. Continue on your way.
Teenagers being edgy.
That's right. I watched the episode 1 of Arknight's Rise from something.
That's another advertisement for
A video
game thing.
Yeah.
So
I was watching it. I'm just like, I don't have a fucking clue what's going on here.
That's right.
Turns out it's actually season 3, not season 1.
You do this,
and
so
I'm
much.
not shitting you. I turned around to Hamish next to me. I'm like, oh man, I had no idea what was going on here, and it turns out it's season 3. And he just looks at me down in the eyes and goes, "You do this all the time."
I love that he called you out.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
To be fair, it's nowhere. It just says it's Arknight's Rise of the Ember. It nowhere says that it's season 3.
No, in comments underneath, under the comments underneath, there are literally a bunch of people that are like, "Oh, by the way, this is season 3." For all you confused people, this is season 3.
It's done on purpose. You know that.
On a side note, it is gorgeous. It is an absolutely beautifully animated piece of work. And I would like to actually go back and watch the first 2 seasons. That would be nice.
That's probably why they did that.
Yeah.
Because if they had have slapped season 3 on it, people probably would have been like, now I've got to go and do like rewatching.
Yeah.
But now that they've just slapped that there, you're like, oh, this is pretty tasty.
Yeah. Wrote me in.
Smart. Okay. It's smart. I don't approve, but it's smart.
That's right. A bouquet for the ugly girl.
Oof.
It's a rough title, but it is it's ultra cute. Another one of those opposites attract kind of series about a girl who thinks she's not very attractive. Nobody in class likes her.
I'm just thinking like 2000s romance movies where she takes off the glasses, takes out the ponytail, and she's like
shakes it,
gorgeous all of a sudden.
This isn't entirely that case. This is more of a slow burn romance based on personality and stuff like that. The internal monologue she has, though, is phenomenal. The main male character is one of those please everyone guys. He's got to be friends with everyone. He's got to be nice to everyone. He's got to do all that sort of stuff. And of course, he's being nice to her because they've run into each other in the morning when nobody else was in the class. But her first frame of thought is he's trying to extort me for something.
Yeah,
like he's trying to blackmail me with information or something. And she's like, there is no reason why this guy would talk to me whatsoever. He's caught me out on something. What? And like, there's occasions where she literally pulls her wallet out, and he's
Oh
standing there like,
no.
what? Huh? So it's super cute. Great facial expressions. It's gonna be probably one of the romance hits of the season. Would be my call.
I had a quick look into the studio behind Arknights. Majority of their work is advertisements for the games, but they've done Azura Lane, as well as, which is another one of the game anime things.
Yeah.
So that and Arknights aside, and Blue Archive, put that aside too, because that's another one. They did Go Go Loser Ranger, season 1 and 2.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And another, God, they are pumping out, like, yeah, they're 12 episodes, but this is like since 2021, they've got Azura Lane, Arknights season 2, Blue Archive, that which is the other game one, Go Go Loser Ranger, Serario Utility, which is an original work that they produced, Go Go Loser Ranger season 2, and Arknight season 3. So they are busy.
That's eight seasons in that period of time. No, yeah, that's a lot of work.
Those last 3 all came out this year.
Yeah.
So
and they're not slumping
Utility.
There's some good looking bits of work. So
that was January. Go Go Loser Ranger came out April, and Arknights has come out July. Like,
it's good.
Good
Keep
Lord.
him busy. Keep him busy. Next romance series, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
They've got gacha money behind them, so that makes sense.
Yeah, they got all the money in the world. They can do whatever they want.
Interesting.
This is not wrong. They'll do okay. What's the studio called?
Yostar Pictures.
It's those guys. Okay.
Total equity is 5 million yen, apparently. Oh, interesting.
Chinese?
So Yostar Pictures is Japanese based. It's a Japanese animation studio, but Yostar is a Chinese video game development and publishing company.
That's right. They're constantly trying to hide the fact that they're Chinese by by producing Japanese-like materials. I don't know. It's like things like Honkai, Third Impact, Star Rail, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's Chinese.
And Zenless Zone Zero, yeah.
What's all Chinese?
I know. Oh man, I do know the studio, but I can't think of what it's called.
No.
Yeah, the Hojoverse.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. You triggered my memory.
Quickly before we get close.
Yeah, sorry, distracted again.
The 3-hour mark. Betrothed to My Sister's Ex is a story about a girl who is like Cinderella style, abused all the time by her parents, while her sister and brother live the high life. She has to, she's clearly the daughter of a offshoot marriage or a possible affair or something like that. And she ends up in a situation where her sister was betrothed to marry a prince in another area, except when she was going out, her sister was traveling out to go see the prince. She has a tragic accident and her sister dies. So she has to take her sister's place as the betrothed option. But it's all very sort of like they actually meet beforehand in the garden when there's a big party happening, and they have a spark. Looking at the title
card, it looks really cute.
It is. It's very It's very beautifully animated.
Yeah, it looks very shoujo.
Yeah,
He almost looks like
100%.
it. Almost, he almost looks like Middle Eastern, sort
Yeah,
of
he's
like
meant to be.
pale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she looks Irish as fuck, like red
Yeah.
hair, pale.
Yep. And she's pale. When she's standing in their castle, she looks dead white. Because
Yeah.
everybody else there is like tanned. Scooped up by an S rank group. Sorry, I'm scooping. I'm just going
No,
on to
I
the
was just
next
going to
one.
ask you if you'd had a look at Watari Kun's censored
That
is
one
about.
is sitting there.
Because that one's on my
I am-
radar. Because
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I just haven't had time to yet.
yeah, it's mainly because of the title, and it feels like it's a thriller.
Could be. I also want to watch City the animation as well.
It is seinen according to the tags.
Oh, okay. Makes me more interested now. So scooped up by an S rank group is another atypical fantasy scenario where you have someone who is overpowered but doesn't know they're overpowered, and then they get scooped up by a lesser group, and then
Not gonna lie,
like we've seen this a few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think it was a new series. I thought it was. I'm pretty sure there was one with a very similar concept last season. I thought it was a continuation. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there was indeed. Hell Teacher.
Oh yeah, good.
So good. So good. It's got all that like 90s shonen vibe sort of juicing around in there. And it's really, really well animated. Everything feels right. The whole get on it. Just watch it. It's good. It's exactly what it sounds like as well. It's like a teacher with a demon hand that exercises demons, and it's got kind of like a GTO vibe to it, a little bit.
Oh yeah,
more his goofy side as opposed to his,
side.
Yeah, his more delinquent personality. Yeah, more of his just goof side of things is what you're getting from that. So it's definitely sort of one to watch, and I think a lot of people will be talking about it as the season goes on.
It's on my list. I haven't gotten around to actually watching it yet. But did you watch Night of the Living Cat?
I did watch Night.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
So much fun. Once again, really goofy.
What a fucking wild concept.
It's directed by Takashi Miike, who did Ichi the Killer and a few other live action. So he's a live action director.
Ooh.
And this is his first anime
produced
venture.
by OLM.
Yeah.
And
as much as I like the concept, the animation's not peak. It's
isn't it?
It's pretty standard animation, but everything else, like the content itself, is great. Like the story's great, the characters are great. It carries through, so you don't notice the animation quite as much. A lot of the cats are done in CG, which hurts a little bit, but they don't have a lot of choice if they're working with OLM.
Yeah, especially the crunch and everything. They're like the blackest of the black company.
Ugly Mug Epic Fighter.
You just wait. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe Jack told me about this one. I'm sure it was you though.
No, this has got to be manhwa, right? This has got to be based on a manhwa.
No,
it's manga. Because I did read an Ugly Guy series, but it wasn't this one.
Wasn't it? Seems very similar. If it's not.
The one that I read was no, it's a more traditional
It was
isekai
different.
style. Yeah, it was very vastly different to this. So
And then didn't
this
the king
one,
get assassinated or something?
yeah, that's the one that I read. This is
So that's
not
not this one?
anything. No, it's not
Ah,
that one.
I
It's
thought
not
for
that
sure
one.
that was what this was.
No, this one's completely different. So this follows a guy who has is an ugly guy, and he's lived his life accepting the fact that he's an ugly guy, and he just goes through life like he normally does until some girl on a train accuses him of groping her, and it sends him down this spiral. Like he's like literally standing there on the train with 2 bags in his hands, and she's like, "Oh, you're touching me," and he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Yeah, my hands are full. I can't. He still gets kicked off the train because he's ugly and gets ridiculed and all that sort of stuff. Loses his job, he spirals down, becomes a NEET, and we catch up with him basically living in his parents' house because he has no money. So, and he's like 45, older fellow. Anyway, he hears about this rumor online. It's like, if you point your computer to the north at 2 a.m. and then go to the window and raise your arms up in the air and have it set to this web
Like, I
page,
love
it'll
those.
yeah,
So
it's a
dumb.
real urban myth kind of thing. And he's like, yeah, that's a stupid thing, so he does it. And it basically it teleports him into the game, but it's not an isekai. He hasn't died. He's just gets like teleported into the game, so it's slightly different. And at the start, he's given the options to select his stats, and at the start, he's like, my charisma, man, that's got to be like negative 250. So he like puts in negative 250, and it then gives him all these bonus points to distribute between all the others. So by negative himself, he's given him all these extra bonuses in strength and everything else. But the great thing is he's like sitting there going, oh man, I got like 1,000,000 points to distribute. How am I going to do this? And then he puts all these other things in, like, to get himself more points. Like if a girl touches him, he loses half of his health points.
Yeah.
Right. And if he, and there's a few other conditions he's placed in there, and it's just giving him all these extra bonus points. And while he's doing that, there's like a countdown, and then he gets like shifted into the world before he gets to distribute his actual like numbers that he has. So he's got like base level numbers. So,
but negative as well.
Yeah, like he comes in and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 16," and it's like this big, massive, fat, ugly dude that looks like he's mid-50s. It's kind of funny. He also, like, once again, completely thinks so little of himself that nobody would want to talk to him or interact with him. But it's clear that everybody kind of wants to interact with him, regardless of what he looks like in this world. So, once again, it seems to be a running theme at the moment is how we picture ourselves in the real world. So it was dumb. Like, and
yeah,
he ends up distributing his points, right? And he gets like a god tier status, and he can destroy.
So he does
everything.
actually get to just.
Yeah, he gets to distribute his stuff. But the great thing is, right, in a moment, like, one of the girls is handing something to him, and he ends up just like touching the tip of her finger, which means he loses half of his health points, which is like 5 million health points in one hit. And because of the whole way the game works, he physically feels that. So he's just like, he's basically blown away. Like his whole internal just goes, "Oh my god!"
So dumb.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually keep watching it, to be honest, but it's goofy and a bit silly. I'm not a big fan of OP stuff. Power fantasy business. It's not my realm of happiness. But a lot of other people like it. I'm pretty sure there's a few others I've watched along the way, but I can't remember what it is.
So there's one on Crunchyroll that kind of really jumped out to me, and I really don't know why. It's so this is why I asked you. So it's called it is called Turkey Time to Strike.
Turkey Time to Strike.
Yeah, it's about bowling.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, I did read about this one. I haven't watched it yet.
No, neither have I, but it looks fun. It looks like cute girls doing bowling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the concept is that whenever she scores a turkey, which is 3 consecutive strikes, she follows it up by an unbeatable 7-10 split.
I thought she'd be like, that's okay. I don't know.
It's just dumb.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of the sort of golf series that are floating around at the moment and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just like, what? But like, yeah, Turkey is like the major thing, and I was like, what?
What's that all about? Why are we saying Turkey?
The other one that not Netflix, Crunchyroll really pushed to me as soon as I opened the thing was this one, Clavates.
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
I don't know. I know nothing about it. It just rubbed my face in it when I was like trying to watch Takopi.
Yeah, I did see it there, but I don't know. It just didn't catch me for some reason. Oh, that's why, because it's sort of off to the side. She's a dream of becoming a hero. Oh no, I did take a quick look at that description, but I was all fantasied out by that point. I'll give it a go. I'll give it all a go. Everything's getting a go. That's what I do.
Wait, why is Takopi? Oh, it's the last 24 hours. That's why.
New episode.
Let's wrap up with Takopi, shall we?
City.
No. There is a new episode, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I just watched the first one, which is a 37-minute episode, by the way.
Yeah, they're long eps.
The second episode is 21.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the last chance to get out if you haven't watched it. Go watch it. Also, it's very dark.
It's just like the OP.
They really fucking lingered on her just hanging out, didn't they?
They did all the angles too. It wasn't just like one static camera shot. That was a few different angles going on. Just like the manga, though. This is the thing.
Yeah.
It's is like almost shot for shot, feeling for feeling. It's really driving home what that manga was all about. And I'm so happy that this is happening.
Watching it is a different experience. I'm noticing a lot more of intent, I guess, from the author. With like Takopi and how naive and everything he is, or it is. I don't know why I assumed Takopi's a dude.
I think it's it feels a lot more noticeable.
Like it felt like very much so like your friend's being incessantly bullied, but you don't know how to help them.
The concept of bullying It's completely out of their range of understanding.
Yeah, that too. But
Is,
like after Takopi transforms into Shizuka and gets the absolute shit kicked out of them, and then like the fear that they felt, where they were like, I'm gonna go help them. I'm gonna do this. Why aren't I moving? Yeah, it was a different experience, and I'm really happy that I'm getting to experience it in a different medium. Even knowing everything, it's
wait until the live action.
Oh god. I don't think anyone can handle that.
It's exactly how I remember it, really. The only thing that's really standing out to me is P.
Oh yeah, no, he says P all the time.
A lot. Like,
yeah, he did that in a manga too.
Yeah, he did, but I deleted it from my mind when I was reading. Like, it wasn't there when I was reading.
Yeah,
but now
which makes the whole bully. I've forgotten her name. It's Mizu something. When she snaps and is like, stop talking like that, it's creeping me out. It hits so much harder. And when he's like not like trying to not say it, I don't know, it was hard to watch in parts. Fuck.
It's perfect. I'm even a little bit tempted to actually leave it now and then
watch
just back to back it when it's 6. Well, when all 6 are out.
Another 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think I can handle that. Sit the kids down and watch that one.
Just traumatize the chillin'.
Nah, I've already done that. They'll be right with this.
Did they have they announced a dub for it? I haven't heard anything about it.
No. You think it would have been simul-dubbed if they were going to? Maybe they just couldn't get the right sound.
Maybe. Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
I'm more than happy for them to leave it in sub.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Because this is not the kind of show you put on in the background. You know, this is more of a one watch. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people going back for a rewatch on this one.
It's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's stunning.
My god, everything about it is so pretty.
Yeah.
I didn't tell partner about it, anything about it.
Well, she not read the manga.
No, she's terrible. She can't read. It's not true. She can. She just doesn't. She doesn't like her books with pictures. I'm like, but whatever. Yeah.
She got a little bit of a shock.
I look back like at them after the scene of them hanging out, and she's on her phone. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, this is depressing as fuck. I've got a grocery store to manage. I'm like, I'm like, no, pay attention.
We're doing a thing right now. Be depressed with me. It's look at this first. And this is what I mean by waiting until all 6 episodes drop, because this first episode's like rough as hell. and it doesn't make like it feels like there is no good way out of this until you get towards the end, and
even then it
even
just
then,
escalates into a
like,
different
just as bad situation. Like, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
like
but
I know
it
what's
becomes a
coming, and
lot
even
more,
then it was
yeah,
still
yeah,
and the way
still rushed
episode
through
1
the
ends
motion.
with the ominous like shit with the mother, that
Yeah,
was done so well.
yeah. Her mum is just
I
psycho.
honestly it gives after because I think I read Boys Abyss after this.
Sorry.
So there must be something fucking wrong with small town rural towns in Japan, I swear to God. Um like this is very contained, interconnected, whereas Boys Abyss is like, we'll just fucking keep going up and escalating everything.
Yeah, everything just, yeah. The
um
snowball keeps getting bigger, but you're rolling it up the hill.
Similar though, like the interconnectedness and everything that
Mm.
like one person's decision that has overflowing ramifications to everybody, two separate families at the very least, three if you include bystanders that want to help but
Don't know
can't,
how.
and yeah, and then you've got
Yeah.
just fucking useless adults that just let it happen.
Mm.
That's probably something that I probably would have liked. The only thing that I would have liked to see a little bit more is like some of the adults' opinions of what's going on. Like it wouldn't have really added anything to the series, the short run at all. But like I would have liked to have seen a little bit more post
Someone,
hangout session,
someone
like
doing
some
something.
yeah, like
It's all
like
this horrible shit happening. Why aren't you doing anything?
like like she's sitting there in the classroom, her desk is completely defaced
Yeah,
with just horrendous shit, and like what the teachers just whatever, I get
apparently.
paid enough for this shit.
Ooh.
Like fuck.
Yeah, it does feel like they're kind of living in their own little bubble, doesn't it?
Like
Um,
surely it's not that bad. That's
no,
that's the only thing I
no.
can think of when I see,
This is an
especially K
exaggeration.
drama, like
Yeah.
anything K related. Um,
Yeah, Korea is a different story. They're I think they're a lot worse on the bullying side of things than Japan are.
no,
Um,
Takopi seems pretty bad too.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I don't think that's a reflection of actual real world environments.
you hope.
It can't be. Like, it just can't be. But then again, you hear the stories, man. You read the news. You hear all the things that happen, and it's not as unrealistic as we think it is.
Like there's a lot of uh societal influence. I don't know the right words, big words that I'm trying to think of, but uh I guess societal pressures not to rock the boat, specifically in Japan. Like Korea, a lot of it comes down to like hierarchy sort of thing, where if the more money your dad has, the more of a prick you can be.
Yeah,
Um,
money talks. Eh?
because if I say so, daddy can get you fired, and daddy can get you kicked out of the school, and that's the vibe that a lot of Korean media gives anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that translates to real life in Korea / Japan. But
It must hit some nerves because it becomes very popular.
yeah.
You know.
And then
That's
like a lot
how-
of the Korean stuff is like revenge fantasies in those situations as well.
power fantasy, revenge fantasy. It's
Yeah.
your two options.
Shotgun
there.
Boy? Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. So it you don't see as much of it in the Japanese
No.
stuff. Like you see a bit of it.
I
but,
remember when like this one was the hardest thing that I've seen manga, just Japan wise, I guess.
yeah.
It is mainly Korea that we get a lot of the hyperbole shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is like this story is contained. Like all the characters are interconnected in a particular way, and all the events are contained to just these characters.
Also, knowing the whole series, kind of like the foreshadowing a little bit.
Yes, there's so much foreshadowing going on.
Yeah, I'll drop some. We'll talk a little bit after the podcast, but I
Yeah.
noticed a couple of things that I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, which we may not have noticed in the book at first run.
Because I don't think I've done a reread actually.
I haven't since I first read it.
Yeah.
Sitting on my shelf.
It was like early
Hanging out.
2021.
Yeah, I've shared it to plenty of people, and they've yelled at me for
COVID.
sharing it.
Yeah, but it's.
Oh yeah. They're just like
They're like, this is the.
work.
What the fuck, Logan? This was amazing.
I love this so much,
Yeah.
but don't ever share this to me again.
Special episode for our
Yeah,
long
100th.
time.
Long time for our 100th episode. We should.
But yeah, we should wrap up. All right. Well. All right, Nerdburger. I can see you're the
We'll
only
listen
one
to you.
still here.
We'll listen to you.
Thank you, Nerdburger, for sticking with us for the whole 3 hours. Join us next week again, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Like, comment, subscribe, share us around to all the things. Do all the things. You know the things.
All
I've
the
been
things.
Brad.
I've been Logan.
I'm gonna attempt to play the thing.
Do
Nope.
it.
Yep. Nope. It
Come
didn't.
on. Try it again.
It didn't. It didn't let me do it.
Ah.
I don't know where my
We'll fix it.
file is for it. Yeah.
We'll fix it.